Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Foundation. So we are finishing off the church, hopefully. We ramped up production for stone quite significantly, and I think that is going to get us there now. We've got tons of wheat rolling in, I believe. Yes, tons of wheat. So now the issue is flour, so we'll probably need to do a little bit more work in terms of flour. Also at the weaver, we probably got a little... Where is Claude? Claude is now supposed to be doing some stuff. Claude is a weaver, but Claude for some reason is doing what exactly? Going to fetch some resources. Claude is a commoner, but is struggling to find some of the things that he needs. I am building. Claude, why are you building? You are supposed to not be a builder anymore, but to be a weaver. Please be a weaver, Claude. So let's take Claude out of the mix. So Claude is unemployed. So if I come here and I say, assign Claude, please. So now Claude is in fact a weaver. Quest complete, build a church. Building complete, a church. Okay, so now people should be able to get access to the faith need. Yeah, they're storming in there. Villagers are upgrading houses left, right, and center. The bell tower sound is... That's cool. Bell tower. That is very cool. Upkeep cost and things like that. Excellent. Monument effect on estate is +1 due to this guy. So I think if you build it fairly substantial, you get a bit of a monument effect going on. So people are getting access to faith. So that means we should be... Ooh, look at the upgrades going on over here. That is pretty cool. What is happening over here? Is that a house that's being squeezed in there too? Nice. I like it. What I'm going to do is we probably don't need all this... Wow, look at these houses. Getting pretty substantial houses popping up over here. So the next thing I'm keen on doing is probably getting another windmill. Maybe somewhere over here, maybe. Okay, let's grab it. Another... Villagers have reached a new status citizen. Look at these houses. Yeah, they are pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, let's keep the stone guys up there. Villagers upgrading house. That's pretty good. So let's do another windmill somewhere over here. Yeah, so just like somewhere like this. Like that. So please build a windmill for us. We need more clothes coming in a little bit. Yes, so we need to get the bread up and running. These guys, they're running out of flour a little bit too quickly, I think. Everything else is just kind of decent. Kind of logging is pretty substantial. Just the wood piece. One new building unlocked, a bridge allowed to cross gaps. What kind of gaps are we talking about? Stone bridge. So I'm not sure, but that allows us to do something. That's okay. I'm not going to build a stone bridge just yet. What else do we have? Fountains. 3 new buildings unlocked. A fountain uses decoration. Resources needed to build. And cypress uses decoration. What is that? Oh, it's a tree. It's a cypress tree. Yes, so obviously you can kind of create nice things at some point. So I think that is about it. I don't think we're going to do much more than that. How many citizens do we have? We've got 12 citizens. I think that means we've unlocked everything that we could possibly unlock now. So what I'm going to try and do is just get our resources looking a little bit better. Another villager is upgrading a house. So the houses are starting to look pretty good over here. The village is in good shape. And the church is pretty cool. We can accommodate almost the entire church in there. It's nice and, well, almost nice and symmetrical. So if I go in here, what are we having? So we've got tons of wheat. So wheat is no longer any sort of problem. Wool is still not quite there. The question is, are we making more clothes though? Really? Can we, is all of that not enough? I'm kind of wondering if we're running out of wool. Wool being produced there. What's happening over here? Clothes being produced. Over here, any wool? Nothing. Yeah, certain things are just seemingly struggling a little bit more. There we go. So this is done. So what are we going to put in here? So how many do we need? We need like 2. So probably going to look at creating this as a miller. There we go. How many other builders do we have? Farmers. Oh, there's another builder there. So let's get yet another miller over here. Perfect. So now we can mill all of this wheat that we've got stocked up, and hopefully that'll see us get a ton more bread. These things are like right on top of each other. So yeah, if we look like, if we turn the clock forward like 500 years, we're going to struggle to fit a road through here. And that's exactly how it happened. All these millers in place. I'm hoping we can have a constant supply of flour at least. And then we're probably going to need to look into yet another little... How's our berries going? Is our berries doing okay? We can probably trim back on some of these guys. So let's trim back on one of these. Okay, so we'll do that. Trim back there a little bit. And I'm kind of tempted to do another sheep farm over here. Just like that. So please build another sheep farm over there so we can at least get a little bit more wool. We've got constant supplies of the of gold. The budget looks great. Shall we purchase another tile? What is that? That's a piece of a bridge. Yeah, that looks a little weird. I'm not sure that is supposed to effectively be there. Let's purchase this piece right there. Not that we're going to need it. And still, it's only 50, 50, 50, and we get more taxes from it as well. So it's worth actually purchasing more and more and more. But why I am purchasing it is so that we can actually start looking at building a wall around all of this. That's going to be pretty cool. Is our bread supply coming up at all? Do we have now flour hanging out over here? We are starting to see a little bit of a surplus of flour. Okay, maybe we need about two more of these villages to come in. Actually, 2 new villagers joining the village. Are they here already, or are they still coming? They are still coming, making their way here. Is this almost done? Pretty close. It's okay. Spawn some sheep to eat the berries. Try and get a little bit more wool out of the mix. A villager is upgrading a house. Sheep farm's done. Did we get the 2 new ones? Okay, let's stop the immigration for now, since we've have the 2 new ones over here. We've got that up and running, and these should be constantly working now, so we'll just keep an eye on that, see if that works. Let's assign an extra villager over there. Kind of wondering if we need an extra baker. See, there's now a piece there where we're waiting for stuff. That is what I'm wondering about. Oh, this area has been cleaned out pretty nicely now. It's going to need too much more of this kind of wood here. 60 people now, so 14 serfs, 26 commoners, and 20 citizens. What does a citizen actually look like in terms of that's in terms of needs? What does a citizen look like? Any citizens around? Oh, so like that's a citizen, so that's just all needs, so we don't have the additional needs just yet. So I believe that's probably some of the extra content that's going to come this way. Are we seeing a bit of stone coming in? The bread is actually getting there. What I'm keen on us to do is actually make sure that, I think the wool would now be sufficient as well. That's full over there. That is full over there. Over here, that is all full also. That's got everything it needs. So does that. Can probably do with an extra villager over here. Okay, so if we now go to the villager list, I believe we've got everybody's assigned to some kind of work. Yes, so the reason I've done that is because if we want to start building a wall, do we have any gates here? Let's go through this again. So that's a wooden gate, a Lord's Manor, a road sign, a bread market, a church, fence. Like that's going to be tiny little fence pieces. They're just all purely decoration. So there's a lot of these little decoration pieces, but so we don't actually have a stone gate. So let's just get the wooden gate then, even though that's not great. So if we turn it like that way, we'll add our gate over here. And on the other side we'll add our gate. Let's turn things a little bit. So over here we'll add our another wooden gate right over here. Maybe we can upgrade it. So let's add another kind of wooden gate. Maybe just something like that. Oh, and they don't even have to be built, it seems. Okay, so now let's have a quick look. If we go with let's do the small stone walls at least. So I don't know if we have to build it up there at all. Okay, so if we go here and we go with the large, oh, that looks a little bit different. That looks so weird. And which side is the front? Ah, it's the other way around, so it's like this. What does that do? You just leave it like that, or do they have to come and build it, or what? There's a guy running through there. So we can just build this all together, no big deal. Probably need another little gate over here. So So let's give another stone fence or something. Stone, not stone, wooden gate. Guessing that's more of the kind of stuff that we need to sort out. Yeah, let's do it. We'll open it that way. So just like so, and then let's go back to this. I'm not sure it does anything. Like that. And we'll run it up here. And we'll end it up something like that. There we go. So now I believe we've got our walls up and running. Not sure people can come up and down there, but anyway, there we go. So now our little village, it's got a bit of a wall around it. Pretty cool. Not sure you do anything with it. Maybe later in the game. But for now, doesn't do anything. Are we starting to see everything? All of this is coming up. The one thing that is starting to become a little bit of a problem is the berries. Definitely dropping down a little bit. So what we'll do is let's get an extra forager's hut over here. Gathering hut. We will kind of even squeeze it in there a little. Put the gathering hut in there, and then what we'll do is over here we will drop 3 of them. We don't need all that stone, and once that's built, then we will add some people. There we go. So at least we'll get the foraging going a little better. Just keep the berries up to pace, because those berries are dropping quickly now, very quickly. And I'm kind of wondering whether we're actually doing well. So this reminds me very much of Banished, where you kind of wipe out entire villages because you can't actually get things done quick enough. So yes, again we've got very little surplus of flour being generated. So it still seems to be the mills that are holding us back and not the bakery so much. If I could recall the bread baking piece in the what was the game, Stronghold, that you could have built plenty of bakeries off just like a couple of farms. Oh no, it was the other way around. No, you could. It was a little bit of a funny economic mix as well. Guys, but I think that's about it for us. That is the town. So let's quickly do a quick recap of the town, run through what is going on. And I think we've got all of our economic pieces under control. We're probably getting a little bit less bread still than we need to do. And the question is, do we need another mill to do that? But anyway, so let's quickly go through it. So we started off with the town center right over here. We then spread out over here, started collecting wood and cutting stone and gathering some berries. Then we started looking into, we actually had a bit of a sheep farm coming in. We had the weaver's hut. We then started putting in the forester and the lumber mill, sawmill, and the warehouse. We started trading with some people. And then what was the next one we did? After the weaver's hut and the clothing, so we had all of these. Then we started along the bread journey. Oh, excuse me. So then we started along the bread journey. So we started with these wheat farms and the kind of windmills over here for the flour, the bakery, and after that we started the iron mine and the blacksmith and the iron smelter. That I think is all keeping pretty busy. Got the tools and everything running pretty decently over there. Yeah, so the only thing that's dropping still down is the bread. And then we also built the Lord's Manor, and we've kind of dug into that and saw how exactly these things work. So that was pretty cool. We did the Lord's Manor, and then one of the later ones that we did is this pretty substantial monumentous church that we're seeing right over here, which is pretty good. I like that element of the game where you can build these things to suit your needs or your fancy. And the same thing with things like walls and so on. I love the whole dynamic, the how you paint the areas. I want my residential areas to be over here, and I want my extraction areas to be over there, and so on and so on. I want my farm fields to be over here somewhere, and what we'll do is let's expand that farm field over there all the way to the wall. Excellent, look at that. And to be honest, we've cleared that entire piece there, so let's get rid of this, and instead let's not get rid of those. So we've cleared out all of that, so let's actually we'll keep that little piece there, but what we could do is we can clear out a little slither along here, and even a little piece up there, and we'll keep that piece of forest over there. That's pretty good. Let's connect these two together and we'll open them up. We'll keep that one. Excellent. So I love the whole dynamic of how you do that. That is pretty cool. It's something that I've never seen in, I don't think I've seen it in other games, and so for that reason it is pretty awesome. It is a good way of doing it. I like it. And yeah, so we've got these houses popping in here, and the villagers are upgrading their houses, and that's pretty good. So we have 60 people, we've got 14 serfs, 26 commoners, and 20 citizens, and that's all based on their needs. How many people getting their needs met, and so on. The content of the game, obviously we need a lot more content, but it is, I think the ability to grab more content will be awesome. So yeah, absolutely, this is great stuff right there, and look at that view of the village over there. A little bit of the Lord's Manor over here, but look at the church in the background and the windmills over here. The village is looking pretty good. If we look at it from this angle, so if we look at it, say, on the hilltop over here, that's a pretty decent view. I'll grab a screenshot for that. Excellent. Let's zoom it out just a tad like that so we can see the background over there. Excellent, excellent. That's pretty cool. Okay, guys, I think that is about it for this season. So that was a quick look at the at Foundation. I am very much thrilled to keep track of this game and see where it goes. As this grows into something a little bit more substantial, it'll be amazing, I'm sure. Especially if you can start bringing in diplomacy with other villages, and maybe combat and military moves, and making sure, I mean, this is just awesome. Keeping track of the economy is going to be a challenge, I'm very sure of that, but ultimately it's going to be great fun. So guys, if you've liked this series and you want to see more of it, tell me that in the comments, and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much. Bye bye.